And good evening once again, everybody. Welcome into week number 16. 2 weeks left, and it's getting down to the nitty-gritty here, so it's getting really important. Mind you, we got one race here, and again, we're a little bit behind on everything tonight, so I'm just going to flip this on over. We will start ripping through this explanation here. So what we're going to do, if you guys are new to this, we race Binding of Isaac, best 2 out of 3 through the Womb 2. We both use Isaac and the same save file, which is Platinum God, meaning every single thing is unlocked in this game. There's 7 banned items on the way down, which, haha, correct keyboard. Crumps knows what he's doing. Thank you, Nosh. So there we go. Excuse me, there's 7 banned items on the way down. Nobody's allowed to take. You can D6 only these items. Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel. Toothpicks you can take. That's the only one out of those 7 you can ever pick up. Anything that you do pick up out of that other than the Toothpicks is an automatic reset. Excuse me. Ah, that would explain it. I was wondering what happened on logs. I thought I saw it, but I didn't. So, anyways, like I was saying, glitching pretty much not allowed unless there's a risk involved with it. Racers pretty much know all these rules, so it's, well, they should at this point. So, they should be all good to go. But if ArrTeaSea and EddieRuckus can both hear me, and you two want to fire some shots around the room, like I was saying, those are going to be your competitors tonight. So, both from the NFC West. We got Eddie already hearing me. Damn, you're on no delay, dude. Holy crap. But anyways, I'll do their countdown for them. I know they're not on a call, so soon as they both shoot, we'll get this thing rolling here. But we got ArrTeaSea on the left, and she's your Arizona representative, who's going to be taking on EddieRuckus, your Seattle admin hacks. I mean, that is Seahawks rep on the right-hand side. Sorry. Anyways, this is a rematch of the playoffs from last year, which we're about to get underway because they are both ready to go. So let me do this countdown for you both. Got fired early. Nope. No comment. Moving on. So let me do your countdown for you since you're both ready to go. We'll get this thing going here. So again, best of luck. Let's do this first race in 3, 2, 1, and good luck. Whenever you hear that, feel free to take off. Best of luck to you both. And again, whoever takes out Mom's Heart at the end of Womb 2 first, going to get a point at the bottom of the screen. We do a best 2 out of 3, so as soon as that happens, we reset both racers, start from scratch. And off and running, we got Eddie with Crack the Sky. We've seen this be pretty useful this year. So, oh, and we got Team Bean assembling for ArrTeaSea. So we're off to 2 pretty decent starts. One's a little random for Eddie. He's going to bring down 5 to 6 random beams of light in the room that if any enemy walks into is going to damage them. Now, it won't hit him, and again, it is random, so that's coming very handy against Mom's Foot. We've seen that do a good 80% damage. Issue with that is, it's random. It can totally miss. ArrTeaSea, with that being, gets to choose, as you notice, where she puts a poison cloud with a, well, it's a fart. Let's be real honest. The beans means the musical fruit. You finish that statement. But you get a poison fart out of it. You apply a poison damage over time onto your enemies, and you get to do it once per room. So very, very handy. Eddie's got more recharge time on that Crack the Sky than she does. Alright, both on to their first boss fights. We got Monstro and Gemini, so believe it or not, no Horseman yet again. There's the randomness I was talking about with Crack the Sky. You saw those beams of light pretty well whiffing on Monstro. So again, that's the random involved with it. Sometimes it helps you immensely, sometimes it does absolutely nothing for you. And again, Gemini just about dead over on ArrTeaSea's side, just has to worry about the smaller portion now. And I've lost my pen already. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, should have also mentioned ArrTeaSea used her pill. Got a friend, or excuse me, friend till the end. Let's try that again. Got a pretty fly, which is orbiting around her, blocking shots. And gonna wind up with even more pills here with Mom's, Mom's coin purse. Looks like 2 of the same. She'll take those. Eddie getting himself Jesus Juice. That's actually mismarked. That's damage up, not tears up on that, plus range up. And again, it's small damage, but it is a little bit more. Alright, ArrTeaSea first to find her item room here on the 2nd floor. And again, no keys yet, so hopefully one spawns here. She's also got that one champion mop, or maybe you get one. How did that bomb put out the fire? Wow, I can't believe that was perfectly placed in the center. Yeah, random bombs can really backfire on you sometimes. That's why I don't like the Anarchist Cookbook. And I know a lot of erasers are kind of scared, I should say, of that item. It can screw you over. So it's the easy way to only take half damage into a challenge room, or into a curse room, I should say. RTC is going to keep her full card, though. That would teleport you back to the first room of the floor. And your first mini-boss of the day, we got Sloth for EddieRuckus, who well, at least he got lucky enough that Crack the Sky hit the one extra enemy on the screen, but yeah, we're missing the important one here. Crack the Sky not being a bro quite yet. What's up, creature? How you doing? Alright, finding her key. RTC still hasn't gone back for that item room yet. Has found her boss here. Yeah, was looking for hearts, but gonna head right on in. Again, Eddie at some point here, gonna get item room, there we go, and boss fight. I was gonna say possibly connected together. Lo and behold, they actually are. Ooh, got sheep shotted there. But gonna get a little chat for a second item room. We've seen this quite a bit in the last few weeks. So that is either a boss item drop, or in this case, out of this item room here. Eddie, every couple of rooms he clears, is going to wind up with a half a red heart spawn for him to heal with. Excuse me. And again, both finishing off their second floor boss fights. Christina just about done with Larry Jr., who's been very kind staying on the other side of the room. Gonna grab herself some health up and damage up. Again, that is Miss Mark. Not tears up, but a slight bit of damage. Also a devil deal. So let's see if she can't possibly spend some of those red hearts. Ooh. 9 lives dead cat on the left, packed on the right. I'd take the packed here, almost no question. The cat's a consideration too, but yeah, it's tough to do. I'd keep the 2 red hearts. So a little bit of fire rate and damage increase for RTC with the pack. She spends 2 red hearts, gets 2 back in the form of soul hearts. Eddie, no such luck with that devil deal. However, with that half eternal heart, gonna get his 4th red heart container on the way down to his caves. Also getting little Steven to follow around, shooting out homing tears. Oh, okay then. Judgy, I didn't even get a chance to say please, but thanks, bro. Wow, Polyphemus for RTC. Holy crap. Who cares about the item room on the last floor that she skipped? I was just about to bring that up, but who cares now? How about Polyphemus? Huge damage up. And there we go, Crack the Sky finally helping Eddie out on the right side. Doing some very good damage to Gertie Jr. Yeah, holy bollocks. Ooh, and now the real consideration of should RTC have taken the dead cat on the last floor because she just found Guppy's tail. Real quick, speaking of Guppy's tail, just showing up on Eddie's side. Question is, for 2 hearts, do you take flying and spectral? Oh, Logcat, I'm so sorry you had to witness that. I'm so sorry you had to witness that, bro. Everybody comfort Logcat. Spirit of the night left behind. I'm so sorry, man. Eddie gonna go look for his item room, though, really quick, because he doesn't want to spend any of his hearts, and I don't exactly blame him. But again, RTC picked up Guppy's tail, same thing that we saw Eddie had the chance at there. Supposed to give you less key drops. Personally, I consider that because you really just get more chest spawns out of it. And again, you're gonna wind up using more of your keys on locked chests at that point, so I don't really know that it nerfs your key drop, it just seems like it does in my opinion. Yeah, Spirit of the Nope. Alright, there's that item room and boss fight for RTC. Spider Butt, not terrible, but the bean's a little more useful. Spider Butt would actually slow down everything in the room, also damage everything equally, but not quite as useful in my opinion as the 1-room charge on that bean where you get to poison something every single room. And again, RTC into her boss fight. Let's get another quick Judgy Please. This time I'm gonna ask first. So get a Judgy Please on Eddie's side. That 2 of diamonds will double up his money. That rotten meat will give him a little bit more health up. He'll also walk right on into an item room, grab himself Mr. Mega. So 5 bombs. Thankfully, Eddie needed those. He had 0. Also going to add on more damage and blast size. And again, RTC just about done with Pestilence. Going to wind up with that is the first horseman here. So guaranteed cube of meat that'll orbit around her, just like that fly is doing. However, this one will damage everything it touches for 7. Also, more and more that you get will wind up building into Meat Boy. So again, Eddie now with his item room, going to move on to his caves too as well. Literally moments behind RTC, so we're pretty dead even here. And again, RTC with an expansion version Catacombs. Eddie's got himself a regular Caves one. Ooh, that chain reaction actually caught... Ooh, that's painful. Actually caught RTC there, so down to 1 red heart and 1 empty container. So good build, low health, bad room. Oh, that is a terrible room. So she'll get this one out of the way with the poison damage. Hopefully she can hit that champion mob. Very nicely done. Ah, there we go. Perfect timing on that Crack the Sky again. At least got some usage out of it once more for EddieRuckus here against Fistula. Gonna split up everything, just a couple more mini enemies to take care of. And now the question, with no keys and not having found this item room, does he skip it here and just move on down to the depths and get himself a time advantage? And I'm thinking the answer is yes. Ooh, with the God Room, that's almost a definite yes. 7th heart container, a little bit of shot speed increase for Eddie. Also the Scapular, we saw this asked before the races. If Eddie gets down to half a red heart, once per room, as he gets down to that half a red heart, we'll spawn 1 full blue soul heart for him. And what's up, Drill? How you doing? So again, now time advantage on Eddie's side. Both have wound up skipping an item room here, so as long as RTC can find herself some health and get out of that corner, okay, we're good. Whoa, wow, did she get lucky. I think her cube of meat might have actually blocked that explosion on her. Wow. That was pretty freaking lucky. Oh, excuse me. Alright, we got our item room on RTC's side. 1 bomb. Might consider going after that heart machine in the middle, too. Oh, make that. Yep, there we go. Aha, at least we got half a heart out of it. Better than nothing. Also going to wind up with homing shots if she wants them, and she will take them. So homing Polyphemus tears now for RTC. And she's looking for hearts, by the way, if you're wondering why she's putting out these poops. Alright, RTC doing a great job in that room. Oh, wow, still no hearts. At least she gets 2 bombs out of this, if nothing else. Maybe an item rock will show up for her. Or she could gamble. She does have 10 cents. Speaking of soul hearts, that might be the decent way to get them here. Indeed, looks like exactly what she's going to wind up doing. So if you guys haven't noticed, if you get those flies from the poop, you can walk right back out of open doors. It'll actually despawn them. This one she'll just go ahead and kill. Gambling time. Come on, soul hearts. Actually, she wouldn't mind trinkets as well. Ace of Spades going to be more card spawns. See, Pushpin would be a chance to, I think it's like 10% chance to get a Spectral Tier with piercing ability on it. Eddie finding himself a boss fight. Also a library, though again, no key to get into it. Ooh, there we go. Thank you, Soul Heart. That's what she's been waiting on. Ooh, that would have been interesting. Judas's Tongue, and another Soul Heart, thank you. So Judas's Tongue would turn any Red Heart Devil Deal into only a 1 Red Heart cost. And looks like RTC's going to take that with her in hopes that maybe you find something like the Mark in there? I guess maybe a shot changer of any sort would work too. She'd probably still buy it, but we'll see what happens should that be the case. Both going to move on into their boss fights here, 1 floor apart. Eddie in Depths 1 going to fight War. RTC fighting the Husk in Caves 2. Yeah, that GTA 5 break. Yeah, what's up, Kettle? How you doing, man? Trust me, a 1 heart and 2 soul hearts, she'd rather have the knife, I think, than Brimstone, honestly. With Polyphemus especially, the knife would be so much more useful, in my opinion. You get to throw that so much more often. Brimstone would take forever to charge. I think ArrTeaSea would much rather see the knife. So both finishing off their bosses. Eddie finally with a devil deal here, getting himself his first cube of meat to orbit around. There we go. Now we're talking about somebody who wanted Brimstone. Question is, do you take them both? Because Bloodlust could be interesting too. It's a little risky to get down to 3 hearts. Eddie gonna leave it behind. That would have been more damage possibility. Well, not possibility. As he killed enemies, it would have upped his damage on the Brimstone. He'll leave it behind, move on to his depths too. ArrTeaSea waiting out a loading screen error here. Thanks to Flash. This is why we can't wait for Rebirth, ladies and gents. That won't happen anymore. It's gonna be beautiful, man. But she's waiting for her depth screen to load. Anytime now. Anyways, Eddie picked up Brimstone, which you can see is a huge shot changer. Ooh, and she is going to get her XL floor, I'll be damned. So that flash, usually pretty indicative of that. So now, notice that both don't have numbers on their floors. Christina's in an ArrTeaSea, I'm used to calling her by her real name. ArrTeaSea is, she's going to hate me for that, is in a XL floor of the depths. She has depths 1 and depths 2 combined together. She'll wind up with another item room after this one, along with 2 back-to-back boss fights. Eddie's on the 2nd depths floor, so he's just looking for his last item room and Mom's foot right now. Yeah, this is why none of us, like, every single one of us is like, oh, please, can we just have, like, Rebirth now, please? Anyways, we got Horror Babylon for ArrTeaSea. More chance at damage up. She has to get down to 1/2 a red heart or less remaining. So let's say that she comes across Guppy's Paw. Pretty much gonna consider taking that right off the bat and getting down to nothing but blue hearts, because that would permanently enact Horror Babylon for some nice damage up on her side. Which, again, doesn't exactly need. She is rocking very nice tiers here with Polyphemus. But damage up is damage up. You're never going to say no. Because for glitches to be allowed, guys, there has to be some sort of risk involved with it. Cramming your button down has no risk involved. Nor is there skill involved with that. It's basically just how fast you can mash a button. That's not skill. There's that 2nd item room for ArrTeaSea, and does have one last key to get into it, finally. Ooh, Eddie getting himself yet another Eternal Heart here, so more chance of a health up. Oh, God. And Cancer, which, interestingly enough, would double up your fire rate normally. How about let's get another Judgy, please, as we get a Judgy card here. Wow, Eddie's getting all sorts of good stuff. Dear God, I can't keep up with this. Missing page, 5% chance if you get hit that would give you a death card usage. Pushpin we saw on ArrTeaSea's side already. The chance of the Spectral tier or Spectral and Piercing tier. God, what else does he have? Matchstick, more chance of bomb spawns. Flat Penny, if he picks up coins, chance of a key spawn on top of that. Now we have a blue candle, which I was going to wait till the end to mention, but screw it, we're caught up. So, carry candle. Wait for this. Every 4 seconds, Eddie's going to get to fire out blue fire from that candle that is immensely damaging. And again, it recharges every 4 seconds. Issue with this is with Brimstone. If you're charging up your Brimstone, hit your space use for the candle fire, it's going to kill your charge on Brimstone. So basically, do exactly what Eddie just did right there. Fire your Brimstone, immediately hit your space button, use the candle wherever you want to, start charging up your Brimstone again while the candle is charging. He's doing this beautifully. That's exactly how you want to use those two. So now it's all about ArrTeaSea finding her 2 back-to-back boss fights here on this XL floor. How's up, Fire? Good to see you. So let's see, Random Pill. I forgot what the card was that Eddie had there, but obviously he's going to hold on to the Random Pill, hoping that that's a full health at some point. That's a full heal. Good to see you this evening. Again, beautiful job right there. While he's waiting for the blue candle to charge, I should say, he's using his Brimstone again. There's a charge of the candle. And here comes the Brimstone charge. Beautiful back and forth here by Eddie. Again, working the one last way that he's got, so he knows he's somewhere along the way over towards his boss fight. All a matter of getting there now. The carry candle needs to be an emote. Alright, bombs are key. Flipped out ArrTeaSea's bombs and keys at this point. Didn't actually need those bombs as much as she... Or, excuse me, didn't exactly need the 2 keys as much as when they were bombs, so that may have backfired slightly. Again, this is why some of our racers won't take pills in any fashion unless they absolutely have to. Again, this is exactly why I love Brimstone. Stand right in the middle of the room, have no chance of taking damage, charge it up, walk down, take a shot, walk right back out of the way. This room is so much easier. And speaking of easier rooms, get everything all lined up like Eddie did. Woo, that move, nicely done. I thought Eddie got cornered, but nice dodge there, sir. Alright, and like I was saying, Eddie just looking for this one boss fight. Here's where the blue candle comes in exceptionally handy as Mom's Foot. Notice that he's damaging closed doors with it. Yep, you can do that. Because it assumes that the enemy is still actually there, or that it's above you, I should say, and that the fire is still burning it, apparently, so it still damages. Now, the risky part for Eddie is that he's going to try to most likely kill off the foot or hope that she wasn't on the screen. There, you notice the problem, it didn't actually kill the Glovin, so he's going to get 2 health up out of this. As that Eternal Heart's going to pop into that other red art container, back up to 7 now. And Eddie's the first on down to the Womb 1, so 2 floors left to go, no more item rooms, no more stores, you're just looking for boss fights here. Yeah, again, guys, glitches are allowed if there's risk involved with them. Grim snapping involves this. That's not risky. That advertisement probably would have worked better if you linked something, by the way, random person. Just saying. Oh, those triple shooting babies. You can ask Wolf how nasty those things are. Where the hell are these boss fights on ArrTeaSea's side? Wow, still gonna break over to the right side, so at least I think we're finally gonna be on the right path here. She's gonna break over to the right, but wow, this floor is being a troll right now at ArrTeaSea. Let's see, Eddie down at 3 hearts himself. Again, just a boss fight to find on this side. You may also get a library, a challenge room, a curse room. What else am I forgetting? You will be able to find a secret and a super secret room. I'm forgetting other stuff. You might find stuff like judges, arcades, things of that nature, but you're not going to get item rooms, and that's basically the only other thing that most of our racers are looking for on any of these floors. So, let me also bring up another point, because people are going to bring this up now that they just saw that. Eddie took damage while he was firing Brimstone, which made it look like you're glitching it. Trust me, you would know by the damage bar if he was. But no, when you take damage like that, it looks like you do. Because again, the enemies do the exact same thing. If you happen to hit them at the exact right time while they're firing Brimstone at you, those little gluttony guys, they do the exact same thing. With 5 cents, that may be a considerable way, and yeah, I think Eddie's going to try to go for this. Might as well try to find a super secret room as well. Perfect placement here. No such luck, at least he's going to gamble out of this. Ooh, he's going to blow it up? Never mind. Wow, not lucking out with the hearts either. Gets his bomb back, if nothing else, and a little bit more money. Again, every red rock down in the womb. 1 per room total, but any red rock in the womb can actually be an item rock as well. So that's why you saw Eddie actually trying up at the top. There was about 3 different things he could have gotten. There was item rocks, into that way to gamble, and also a possible secret or super secret room in that case. So ArrTeaSea finally getting to her boss fights here. Going to fight Gish for the first one. Should, and I underline the word should, get little Gish at the end of this fight. Now, this will troll you sometimes, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope it doesn't. But sometimes Gish trolls you and doesn't bring up an item. Alright, out of ways to gamble. Eddie gonna blow up the slot machine. Wow, getting most of his money back. No hearts though, so 1 cent loss and nothing else from there. And Eddie gonna keep moving on. 3.5 hearts on his side. Again, remember, everything in the womb hits you for a full heart of damage, so you have to be very, very careful. Ooh, that dodging. And again, this room's gonna be nasty. Those spiders and those diglets together are just nasty. That is a brutal room with brimstone. If you have a long charge time, hope you have the candle or something like Eddie does. There we go, Little Gish did spawn, thankfully. So a follower with ArrTeaSea, it'll slow down movement speed and shot speed of enemies. And ArrTeaSea gonna move into her mom's foot fight, grabbing Grey Mom herself. So there's that poison damage afflicted. Very nice waiting on using the beam there. It's kind of hard to use the candle and brimstone at the same time because you can't get the charge on brimstone while you're using the candle. So I can't exactly fault Eddie in any way, shape, or form for that. So let's see, more gambling. Come on, hearts. Anything with hearts. Any type of hearts will do. Anything? Yeah, more money. Okay, that was close. Let's keep gambling. This game, I'm telling you, right when it thinks that you're out of money, like, oh, here's like another $1. Keep going, bro. No, just keep gambling. It'll be fine. Gambler. Why? And look at this. It will not spawn hearts, so Eddie gonna give up on this, it looks like. Grab himself that extra penny and be on his way. No luck here. There's a heart. Look at that. All he had to do was walk into, and now it's just taunting him. I think now the game is taunting him like, keep gambling, dude. We'll keep giving you money. See, here's more money. Keep gambling. It was in the last room. But he's going to keep moving on. Finds his first boss fight on the Womb 1. Wow, I can't talk today. And one last hit. There we go. The homing shot took an extra second or two, but let's see those yes crowns, I'm assuming. Yes, indeed. Let's grab those yes crowns as ArrTeaSea picks herself up Patchin' Boy. A few more pennies. Gonna take Polaroid with her. If she gets down to half a red heart, that'll spawn... maybe not. Oh, I forgot she had the Joker... Oh. Well, that kind of backfired. So using the Joker card, ArrTeaSea gets herself into her Devil Deal, which is now going to be another mini-boss in the form of Krampus. So good thing coming out of it. You'll get the Lump of Coal, which will up your damage as your shots go further on screen. They're going to grow in size and therefore damage output. But more time used up as she's having to fight this mini-boss. Eddie taking out his Womb 1 boss fight. Gonna grab that box of items. Same Judas's tongue, which I might take into the next room with me, honestly, because he has a Devil Deal. Now everything's going to only cost 1 red heart. Enjoy this. Ooh, Pact, you actually gain health out of this as 2 soul hearts are going to come up, so Eddie's going to gain health here. And who cares about the quarter? That would have just... pointless. Keep the health at that point. He'll take Cancer back, take his 1 random pill, and be moving on down. So more fire rate, more damage for Eddie with that Pact. Again, very good use of Judas's tongue there. If you have not yet been in the Devil Room, guarantee that you're going to see those red heart Devil Deals only cost 1. There's yes crown and no crown. They're both just fun emotes. Alright, so heading back for that Chariot card. And ArrTeaSea going to be on down to her womb. Really, at this point, going to hope that she's going to get an XL floor. Because she's got a lot of making up to do, as EddieRuckus is on the womb, too, just looking for Mom's heart. Wow, look at that. It actually left the Devil Deal in there for her. Pointless at the moment, though. Moving on down. Womb 1, and there's Eddie's boss fight. So, hey, internal compass. It happens. Casper, I'm telling you, dude. Stop loaning it out. The playoffs are coming, man. You don't want to loan that thing out for much longer. I mean, make your money now and charge high, but, dude, careful. Ongoing joke, by the way. Anyways, Eddie worked himself, like I said, right over to his mom's heart fight. So, pretty easy fight here with that blue candle, especially, and with Brimstone and those Mr. Mega Bombs taking care of a lot of damage for him. So looking very good on his side right now. Man, wow, really? How the hell did it shoot out a red shot already? What? Did everybody see that, or am I crazy? Was that one of the jumper guys that just happened to fire one of those earlier, or did Mom really just clip one of her own enemies with a very early shot? Because I swear to God I saw one. Anyways, that was bizarre. Heading down to the last little bit of health here for Mom's heart, though. Taking out Duke of Flies. And as soon as everything disappears, you get that light up, and the way down there, you got yourself a 1-0 lead. So very nicely done, sir. Let me get this all updated. If I could actually have it on ArrTeaSea, I could do this. Haha, there we go. Crumps knows how to cast, ladies and gents. No, he doesn't. Anyways, very nicely done. 1-0 lead on Eddie's side. That build, sir. Oh my. That's all I got to say to that. I saw Brimstone hidden. I knew it was going to be interesting. So beating the Polyphemus Homing Tears build of ArrTeaSea. Very nicely done, both of you on that one. So not much you can do there. It was just a matter of timing, and Eddie the first through it. So very nicely done. We'll get them both reset. Eddie's got a 1-0 lead. He'll be looking for a 2-0 victory. Give us about 2 minutes to get these two both in the rooms they want. We'll be right back on the other side. We'll get round number 2 underway. Alrighty, so we're back. We're clear. We got round number 2 just about to begin. Oh, hate is gonna hit. God, I hate those things. Dear God, am I glad we don't do this in a live studio audience with vuvuzelas. God, do I hate those things with a passion. Anyways, so like I was saying, the vuvuzela crowd's got a 1-0 lead right now over ArrTeaSea. I'm kidding. EddieRuckus has got himself a 1-0 lead right now. So he's going to look for a 2-0 victory. ArrTeaSea going to look to even this up in one apiece and force a game 3. So if you two are both ready to go here for round 2, if you want to fire a few shots, look at that. Right as I asked you both fired immediately at the exact same time. But if you two want to fire a couple shots here and let me know that you're both ready to go, I'll do your countdown for you. Oh, love it. All right, they're both good to go. So we'll do this countdown. We'll get round number 2 started here in 3, 2, 1. And whenever you both hear that, feel free to take off, and best of luck to you both again. And vuvuzelas for the win. How's up, Cosmic? How you doing? All right, and they're off and running. So Eddie picking himself up a very nice start with Robo Baby. You see the laser tears coming out of a follower now. ArrTeaSea, Mr. Boom, not terrible. Pretty decent way to start at least. You get a space-used bomb item with Mr. Mega effect on it, so more damage. Speaking of more damage, yeah, she's going to like this run. So Blood of the Martyr will increase the damage on ArrTeaSea's tears, and quite exponentially, might I add. So quite nice. She's got red tears already just because of that effect, but pretty good damage already, too, here on the first floor. Eddie finding an early library as well. No item, or no key, I should say, to get into it, though. So maybe that champion mob spawns one? No such luck. So first to our boss fight is ArrTeaSea. You see that Mr. Boom Bomb? Ooh, just missing though. So again, you see with Mr. Mega Effects on it, will do more damage and does have a bigger blast radius. But again, just missing the Duke of Flies there. And Eddie also into his first boss fight. Aha, finally, we all get to greet him. Everybody say, to Famine if you would. Alright, a little bit more damage and health for ArrTeaSea. She'll be moving on to her second floor. Eddie looking to finish this off, get himself his first cube of meat. Funny part is that guy that you just heard on the motorcycle just did that right outside the cops. That's a really good place to show off your motorcycle. Cops probably didn't hear that, bro. Alright, speaking of no keys, Eddie gonna have to leave that item room behind as well. But immediately finding his boss fight again, so we may see him skip an item room unless he winds up with a box of items at the end of this Monstro fight. Alright, still no keys on either side, so ArrTeaSea looking at an item room. No way to get into it yet either. This is going to turn into a run of skipping item rooms, isn't it? So she'll check out another curse room here, hoping for the best. Pills if nothing else. Might as well kill off the spiders, grab one of them. Ooh, how about a fire rate increase? She'll take the other one and speed up. So very nice. 2 good pills for her already. Definitely aren't going to argue the stat ups, especially if you can't get your item room. So who's going to get the key to spawn first? Wow, Eddie with no luck in that item rock either. So he's going to try for a secret room. Wow, not finding any luck on either side here tonight. There's a key. We finally have one. ArrTeaSea is going to grab her item room. Ooh, no luck with it, though. Let's see those no scrolls. In this case, it's now spaz scrolls, I should say. But I'm so used to calling them no scrolls, you're probably going to hear that a few times. But again, with no D6, nothing she can do. She'll move on to her famine fight. So once again, let's get another for famine, if you would. Oh, it's gonna rain here again, isn't it? I'm gonna have to close my windows after this race. So I apologize if you guys can actually hear, but it's gonna start storming outside in a moment or two, I think. So it just dropping at like 15 degrees, so I get the feeling it's gonna rain. So anyways, keep it meeting coming for ArrTeaSea. She's just about done here. And same thing Eddie's got. That'll block shots, also damage anything that it happens to come in contact with. More and more horsemen that you fight, the more and more cubes you get, more and more meeple you wind up building. So we'll get to that if we see more. Let me give you a link here, Bob. Alright, Eternal Heart for ArrTeaSea. No, or nothing to block it with at this point, I should say. Nothing to guard it with, I should say. So again, if she gets hit, that's going to disappear right away, but should she take it down to the next floor or find herself a second one somehow here on this one, that'll become her 5th heart container. Yeah, rain would be nice if we didn't get poured on last night. Alright, well, telepills, do we replace them? Ooh, how about Tears Up? So Eddie finding himself those Tears Up. By the way, ArrTeaSea found Tears Down pills, so she got a little bit of a tear rate decrease to compensate for the one that she got on the last floor increase. Eddie gonna move right on into his boss fight here for Caves 1, fight the Hollow. And again, with Robo Baby, this will actually add a lot of damage onto each of these pieces. Ooh, and speaking of fire rate, how about the odd mushroom? So a little bit of damage decrease. At this point, that's fine for ArrTeaSea, as she already got some damage up with the Blood of the Martyr. But again, going to cap out her fire rate now, so that slight damage down very easily offset by the amount of extra fire you have on screen. And a little bit of speed increase with the belt for Eddie. He's going to move on down to his caves too. Maybe not. He's going to go look for his item room. So ArrTeaSea going to play a little bit of catch-up here, fighting her second in a row Horseman. So she'll get Pestilence, wind up with her second cube of meat, adding on to the one she's got, making Meat Boy's head floating around, also shooting out tears as well as blocking shots. Been very few combinations we haven't seen this year. Ooh, the Relic now on Eddie's side. Every 4 rooms he clears, he's going to wind up with a Soul Heart, so 1 extra blue heart every 4 rooms. Very nice way to get some extra health on your build. Yeah, the sky is orange. I'm going to say it's going to rain soon. Shot in the dark. I'm going to say it's going to rain. Pestilence appears to be stuck in that corner. There we go. There's that second cube of meat. Now Meat Boy's head floating around ArrTeaSea. Got the Lucky Foot on Eddie's side. Nothing but good or neutral pills from here on out. Not going to know what they are, but he won't get any bad effects out of them anymore. Also going to guarantee that if he gambles on one of the purple slot machines, that he's going to win every single time. So it does help when you're gambling as well. But that'll be good enough. We'll be moving on down to his caves too. We're pretty dead even again here. So Curse of Darkness for Eddie means no mini-map visible on his side no matter what he does. Doesn't matter if you get a world card, sun card, treasure map, compass, it doesn't overwrite that curse. Alright, red patch now on Eddie's side. Gonna give him a chance that if he gets hit, it ups your damage for the rest of the room by basically ripping your skin off and turning it into Meat Boy. But again, can't really afford that at the moment as he has no extra health. Yeah, that's what was gonna happen in that room. God. 2 back-to-back rooms like that. Jeez, thanks, Caves. Really appreciate that one. Eddie all the way back down to start here. And ArrTeaSea finding her boss fight for Caves too. Now the question is, will she keep what she's got, or is she gonna go looking for that item room with the 1 key she has? Alright, new start, Halo of Flies. Eddie will wind up resetting that. Would have been the 2 orbitals floating around blocking shots. Again, defense is nice, but you almost want to have damage up on the first floor here. Why would it matter if ArrTeaSea left health on the floor? She has full health at the moment. And it's a race, guys. It's not about building the best build that you possibly can. It's a race to kill off Mom's heart. Nice placement. Get a free that's secret room on that one. Had to think about that, but free secret room for ArrTeaSea. Yet he's still no item room here. There we go. Again, if your fan belt sounds like this when you start your car, I will buy you a fan belt if you promise to get it fixed. Brownie, oh my god. How you doing? Oh my god, it's Brownie. How you doing this evening? Well, Crack the Sky again. Not being a bro for Eddie has completely missed the Duke of Flies for the second time this evening. I swear, that item does not... Yeah, he's going to reset it. That's just a slap in the face by Crack the Sky, so that was just a reset waiting to happen. But that's the 3rd time tonight on a boss fight, but that's done nothing for Eddie. There's a much better start with the Holy Grail. 1 extra health and flying now for him. That's Absurdified. How you doing this evening? Feeling better, man? And Gertie just about dead over on ArrTeaSea's. 1 last little bit of health. Splunker hat will let Eddie know when he comes across his secret or super secret rooms. He'll still have to bomb into him, but as he noticed on his mini-map, he got it to actually show up for him. So let's see, Squeezy, 2 extra soul hearts, and a little bit of fire rate increase for ArrTeaSea, which, again, she's already capped, so that part's moot. Eddie going to pick himself up Book of BOILeR. We got a damage multiplier item on that book that he can use every couple of rooms, so he'll replace his D6. He'll get a couple extra damage on his tiers, and he'll rip right on through Larry Jr. here for his first boss fight. Curse rooms are basically dependent on, like, let's say that Eddie could get a teleport into a, what's the card I'm thinking of here? My god, I can't think of things. The Joker card, so he could teleport into a God Room or Devil Deal. From what I understand, basically, the curse rooms have the opposite, if I'm not mistaken, of whatever type of room is on the floor, so there's probably a Devil Deal on this floor for Eddie if he could have teleported into it. It won't show up after this fight, because you'll never get one to show up after your first floor boss fight. But if you can teleport in there, it does exist on the first floor. Chances are it would have been a Devil Deal, if I'm not mistaken, on Eddie's. Slack knows that rule far better than I do. Oops. Oh, that was smooth.
I wonder why my headset doesn't work.
Fucking break it, that'll do. Anyways, we got Brother Bobby now in that immediate item room on Eddie's side. So he's got a follower with base damage tiers. Nothing special, but it's damage up.
Kaport.
There we go. That's what happens when the cat moves the damn cables. You're cute, but you have a cable fetish, cat. The cat has this weird fetish for my my electronics cables. See, Monster Man Wells, you're getting all sorts of curse room items here. That would have spawned one, guess that is not as random as I'd like to think it is. But that'll spawn, my god, I can't think of his name now. Actually, that is random going through how many of those followers, though. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, there's a lot. Anyways, handful of followers can come out of that book. You get one random one per room. ArrTeaSea finding your boss fight here for Depths 1. No item room yet, though. And again, let's see. I'm thinking that build may be good enough for her. So at least check this challenge room. Definitely nothing doing. Question is, do you go for the item? Nope, boss room it is. So we got two different emotes you guys can pump out here. If you're subscribed to Cobalt, let's see those Mr. Cools, because we got Loki on the left side for ArrTeaSea, and on the right our oh-so-favorite horseman, Famine. So let's all to him, if you would. And Eddie taking out, Eddie taking out Famine's going to wind up with his cube of meat, and on down to his caves 1. So trying to make his comeback 2 floors behind here. ArrTeaSea just about done with their depths 1. Question is, again, do you look for that item room? I'm thinking no. So let's see, a little more health, a little bit of shot speed increase, and indeed she won't, so skipping on down to depths 2. And again, immediate boss room on Eddie's side on the right. So let's see, knowing that he's slightly behind, I wonder if he's going to skip that item room or not. He doesn't have the best damage at this point. At least he can fly, but... yeah, item room it is. Oh, maybe not. Haha, I was wrong. Again, might as well at least kill off the boss. Hope maybe you get a Devil Deal or a God Room out of this, and we'll see what he chooses to do afterwards about going for that item. We're going to take out Peep, or at least try to here. Thankfully, you can fly. That urine on the ground isn't going to matter whatsoever. Just have to dodge the shots, the eyeballs, and Peep itself. Yeah, you still have to be subscribed to him. That's why I said if you're subscribed to Cobalt, guys. Wow, really to that? Really on Eddie's side? Just really? Really? That was lame, because I saw the wooden spoon, which meant that fight was over. That fight was totally over, and that was lame. So, wow, that was just evil. But Eddie back to the beginning again as that shot was still there, apparently. Wow, cheap. That was straight cheap right there. So again, huge lead on ArrTeaSea's side. Eddie was making a nice comeback there, but wow to that. And it's now red outside. Is that normal? Because it went from orange to now, like, red outside. Actually, fuchsia, I think, might be the right color to describe this as. What the hell is going on in Illinois right now? It's gonna rain. Alright, new first item room. There we go. Blood of the Martyr dueling on both sides now. Some more damage up on Eddie's tiers. Yep, just a matter of time before we get hit with it. This has been like the most direct hallway layout of a depths floor I've ever seen on ArrTeaSea side. Let's see how much this actually breaks off, because I'm thinking this is going to break again to the left side somewhere at the bottom of this. We'll see how far away from her last item room she is. Eddie getting a few attack flies here. Attack flies? Boy, I can talk. Oh wow, it broke back to the right too. Holy crap, I wasn't expecting this. Wow, this map on ArrTeaSea. Just, wow, thanks. If she would have picked correctly, this would have been over really quickly, but wow, did this map play out. Once again, we got famine. We all know what to do. Alright, that last item only wound up being a little bit of range for ArrTeaSea, so nothing too special. She'll go on to her mom's foot fight here. Eddie gonna grab himself a virus. Now he's got poison touch. Should anything actually make contact with him, gonna take a damage over time poison afflicted on it. And ArrTeaSea gonna do, hopefully, our new method if the arm ever freaking pops out here. There we go. So now she just has to worry about those extra enemies getting a little too close to her like that. Thankfully, Meat Boy will take it out though. She'll stand right down by this arm and let the, basically let her orbital and her tears do all the damage to that arm as it's going to keep trying to hit her, though actually going to miss every single time, believe it or not. And all about taking out those extra spawns, though, which is usually the problem for me with this fight, because I let these build up far too much, and then you get a ton of shots on your screen at the same time. Alright, Eddie gonna take himself a challenge room as he needed that health up. A little bit more damage again as Meat is mismarked. Again, speaking of mismarked items, we got Jesus Juice for ArrTeaSea. She finishes off Mom's Foot. Not range on, or excuse me, range and not tears up, but again, little bit more damage. So nothing special, but again, about half a damage up on each of them. It's more, it's not nothing. That's the important thing here. But again, ArrTeaSea on down to the womb. Gonna look for just her boss fight here to finish off this floor. One more to do after that. And again, there's no item rooms, no stores, so you got pretty much no way except for judgments to spend your money. Maybe an arcade. Ooh. And now here's a nice find. Look at this. So red chest spawns after an enemy. Guppy's paw out of it. Now all those red heart containers on ArrTeaSea's each turn in. Doesn't matter if they're full or empty. Doesn't matter. Speaking of judgies, I'm gonna leave it behind. No, she isn't. Let's get a judgy, please. But every red heart container, empty or not, doesn't matter, turns into 3 soul hearts for ArrTeaSea now. Speaking of, let's also grab another red health container. So, yet another soul heart, and a boss fight here for ArrTeaSea. More fire rate. Sure, why not? She can't really... Well, actually, yeah, she can still use it, can't she? She got that one fire rate down to compensate, if I'm not mistaken. So, back up to cap here. And gonna take on Blast Assist, one of the easier of the boss fights, especially for the womb. All you gotta do is watch out for those random shots as it jumps. It's gonna wind up splitting after a little bit more damage here. Yeah, 1 coin health up. Seems legit enough. Thanks, Judgy. You're being cool. And actually, if you think about it, that was basically 3 health up, because she's gonna use Guppy's Paw with that, turn it into 3 soul hearts. And again, if you're wondering why she hasn't yet, it's because every one of those red hearts can be empty, so she's going to use all that for damage, and then if she gets down to just 1 red heart left, she'll start turning all those empty heart containers into blue ones. So she winds up getting even more health out of this in the long run. Like right now, let's see, 7 containers is 21 blue soul hearts, plus the extra one that she's got would be 22, plus she's got, let's see, she can take 4 other damage, so she can take 26, make that 27 plus 3 more, she can take 30 damage now. She's gonna be okay. Make that 31 because she filled that up. She's gonna be okay. But she's playing it really safe just in case, because you never know. You get some rooms where if you're gonna start going through soul hearts at a rapid pace like that, you just don't want to be stuck in that room. So might as well lose these red hearts, be able to fill them back up easier in the process. Also, I think we have like every fire engine and cop down the street still with their sirens on. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but yeah, that's why I'm muting every now and then so you don't have to hear it all the time. Ooh, random telepills on the womb too. That ArrTeaSea don't take any more of those if she finds them. No, guys, I just explained why she isn't using them up yet. That's why I just explained all this, guys. She's using the red health as extra health because basically, let's say that for whatever reason she takes 7 hits here and winds up getting down to just half, well, at that point, let's say she takes 6 hits, gets down to just half a red heart left. Then she uses her Guppy's Paw, turns all the empty ones and what she has left that's still full of her red heart containers each into 3 soul hearts. It doesn't matter if they're full or not, so she's doing the smart thing right now and getting more damage. So she has more health right now because of that. If she were to use it right now, she loses out on 6.5 health. Now, had this been the last room where she had the Horror Babylon, pretty much instantaneous use of that, I would say, because that's a lot of extra damage. So at that point, yeah, it would be done immediately, but in this case, I'm with ArrTeaSea. She's got more health this way. Alright, Wretched getting taken care of for Eddie. And with these last couple spiders, he'll be done with his caves too. Wind up with a little bit more health. Gonna get 1 more health container out of this, his 8th one as he goes down to his depths. And gonna get an Necropolis and Cursed Darkness, so no mini-map yet again, and the expansion version of the depths. I almost wish I had a police scanner going on right now. There was something serious going on. Yeah, your Devil Dealer God Room on Womb 2 is always a way down to Shale. Alright, yet another Blastocyst mini boss fight. This one's way easier than the boss that she just took care of. Alright, after that dead end, let's see. Eeny meeny, left it is. Let's see what we got this way. Wow, she's holding on to telepills. That's a little bit scary that ArrTeaSea's holding on to telepills at the moment with other choices of cards and pills on the floor. I'm a little bit frightened by that, but I can see where this is going, too. It's all a matter of how she handles it, though. Yet another dead end. Ouch. This one's gonna get bombed out of. Double Duke of Flies may take you a little bit too long. That's way too many enemies. Well worth the bomb to get out of there. This might be why. Yeah, let's see. Tears down, no thanks. More telepills. There we go, some speed up. Now she's gonna leave telepills behind this time, so taking the 2 hearts of damage for it. Again, with that Guppy's Paw, she ain't worried about the 2 red hearts. On over there we go. Finally, we found our mom's hard fight on ArrTeaSea's side. Yeah, except that if you saw what was in her room that she ran through, there was a card and a pill in there too, so... Actually, you're wrong. So again, tons of extra health here for ArrTeaSea at that half a red heart, meaning again, every time she gets hit, she's still going to get that 5 seconds of damage shield off of the Polaroid. Again, like I said, had that been the last run, she had Horror Babylon, that would have been instantly done on her side, but totally not needed in this case, so plenty of health. She could literally faceplant this. Alright, it's about halfway through this, and thank you, Lanix. Thank you, sir. So a little bit more to do here on Duke of Flies. Maybe next round, I'm guessing 2 more rounds, and we'll get it, let's say, out the rest of the time here for ArrTeaSea. Eddie moving along quickly fine in his boss fight. There you see one-time use of Epic Fetus. This is why Epic Fetus is banned. Doctors are both cool. But again, Epic Fetus, basically, you get that one-time use of it here. I'll be damned, it did stay out this round. Shows you what I know. So just enough damage and a little bit more to do here for ArrTeaSea. Again, plenty of health. She's off the screen with her blue hearts, so she can stand right in the middle. Which, amazingly, didn't get hit by Chubb that first time. Wow. There we go. There's that damage shield if you do get hit and you're at half a red heart. But again, not going to matter much. Plenty of health for it. Everything dies. We got ourselves a 1-to-1 tie, ladies and gentlemen. So we got round 3 just about to start. And there's that last use just for fun by ArrTeaSea. Which, let me update this if I can find the right buttons. Aha, that one. That'll do it. There we go. So we are tied up at 1. Very nicely done. Oh, excuse me again. So we'll get both of these 2 reset. We'll get round number 3 underway shortly here. And again, seeing as we're behind on our next race already, we'll do it quickly. But give us about 2 minutes here real quick. We'll get them both reset. And you can see Eddie's already starting. But we'll get them both reset. We'll get round number 3 up and running momentarily. And we'll find out who your winner is. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We got round number 3 just about to begin here, so let me flip this on over. There you see ArrTeaSea just found herself a room. And here's how you don't pull this trick. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Jesus Christ, what is with the police and fire trucks tonight? So anyways, we got round number 3 just about to start. Don't do it like that guy. That's not a good way to start round 3. Nonetheless, we got Eddie and ArrTeaSea tied up at 1 apiece. We'll find out who your winner is here momentarily as we're going to race through the womb 2 one more time. And if you two are both ready, if you want to fire some shots around the room, we'll find out and we'll get this race started up. Excuse me again. Sorry about that. Yeah, again, not how to start a round, guys. Don't try to sneak up on the guy that knows that you're coming with a handful of shaving cream, because it ain't going to work out well for you. Looks like they're both ready to go. So, on that note, let me get your countdown ready. So, excuse me again, sorry about that. So, let's do this thing in 3, 2, 1. And good luck to you both. Whenever you hear that, feel free to take off. So again, whoever wins this one on the race through Mom's Heart is going to be your 2-1 winner here tonight. And then we got another race immediately starting after that between Slackaholics and Full Metal Gambit. Wow, good start over on one side, speed on the other, so that's a reset for Eddie. But for the second time tonight, ArrTeaSea with Polyphemus tiers. So we've seen this happen before. We actually saw Eddie win that race just because of timing issues. But good start is a good start. Ooh, and speaking of good starts, about the Relic and what you normally don't get into with a God Room or Devil Room in the first floor. So every 4 rooms, Eddie going to get himself an extra Soul Heart. Also finding himself his item room here. Gonna also take Little Gish, so a follower with, again, pretty base damage tiers, but they do have Tar effect on them, which will slow everything down and also slow down their, slow down their shot speed and movement speed. Speaking of movement speed decrease, we got the Small Rock for ArrTeaSea. She'll walk slower, but more damage and more fire rate on her tiers. So damn this first floor, ladies and gents. And again, Eddie will be the first onto his boss fight. ArrTeaSea 1 more room to clear before she gets to hers. Alright, little health and shot speed increase, which is very, very handy with Polyphemus. So ArrTeaSea moving on down to her Cellar 2. In this case, Basement 2, the expansion version of the floor. Shot speed increase for Eddie as well. Also, Justice Card will be 1 of every type of item spawning, so 1 key, 1 bomb, 1 heart, and 1 coin. Speaking of those, there we have him. And again, he's on down to his Basement 2. I swear to God, this gnat needs to fly just a little bit closer to me, and I'm gonna nail that damn bastard. There's 1 gnat in my place I cannot get rid of. It's like the most infuriating thing. I got the 3 others that I saw. This one's driving me batty, though. All night it's been driving me crazy. So help me, we're gonna get that thing. Alright, so Eddie making a little bit of money here. Gonna head on into his store. Was hoping for something a little bit better than this. That Steam sale for full price. No thanks. So we'll move on without anything. Yeah, grab himself those 2 red, or at least 1 red heart in here. And with that key, ArrTeaSea gonna get herself her second item room just slightly before Eddie finds his. In which we've got Guardian Angel, so nice defense starting up here. Excuse me, so that'll double speed orbit around her, and again, take any other orbital she gets and double up the speed of it as well. Both finding their boss fights, Eddie also with his item room here. Again, keys galore this time, who knew? Look at that damage. Wow, Duke of Fly's getting chunked here. 1 more, boom, dead already, so let's get rid of all the extra enemies. Wow, to that damage already for ArrTeaSea. So let's give more yes crowns. Pageant Boy will get ArrTeaSea some more money. Eddie gonna pick up Eve's Dead Bird. If he gets hit, there's a 100% chance, so it's not really a chance. But that'll spawn doing damage to anything in the room. Might as well. ArrTeaSea, more fire rate, more damage with the pact, also replacing the 2 red hearts she spent with soul hearts. So she'll be on down to the Caves 1. Eddie fighting his Basement 2 boss, 1 room behind her at the moment. Alright, Cursor providing absolutely nothing for Eddie yet again. All about finding their item rooms here, while ArrTeaSea with somewhat of a dead end with a challenge room here. You never know, you make it. What the hell? Isaac's head looked really bizarre there for a second. Anyways, may as well, I guess, check. Yeah, not even gonna bother. Again, all about timing on this one, so most of our racers gonna skip on any of those extra rooms. That would have been 3 extra rooms worth of enemies for ArrTeaSea to clear if she would have even found anything useful. Speaking of finding useful things, how about a key for Eddie so he can get into that item room? He's gonna try to bomb in through a secret room? Ooh, no luck. So he'll keep moving on along here, either boss fight or key for Eddie. There's that, excuse me, there's that secret room. And a couple extra pennies actually making a store worthwhile again if Eddie were to actually have himself a key. Now, he could bomb into this one if he would have actually tried, and if he would have known that that was a store there for that matter, he probably would have tried to bomb in. Ooh, key. Thank you very much, Eddie. I'll head back for that item room. ArrTeaSea's got one more hallway to check here. Sooner or later, we'll come across that item room and boss fight for her. Eddie gonna grab a little bit more health with that Balchinian. And now just about finding his boss fight. And that'll even us up here as ArrTeaSea is going to head into her item room. Eddie is going to bomb into that store. See, shoop to whoop, so ArrTeaSea will be a fire under lasers. Got a one-time brimstone usage off of that. Eddie just going to buy himself a key in the store, forget about the pills, and just keep moving on along. And there's that boss fight, so now advantage on ArrTeaSea's side. You see how quickly these can change, guys. Like, at a few moments ago, it looked like because Eddie had found his item room and was just looking for a boss fight that he had the lead. ArrTeaSea, technically, because now she's finished off the room that both were in here, walking into her boss fight is in the lead herself at the moment. And again, with a relatively easy boss, especially with the item that she's got. There you go, doing just about half damage. She lined it up just a little bit behind the time on that one, but it works out well nonetheless. Melted on through the hollow. Eddie's got himself Pestilence, so he'll wind up with 1 cube of meat. He'll finally get himself an orbital. Yeah, it is, Aya. Alright, box of items will be in one of everything on ArrTeaSea's side. Ooh. That dead cat's actually a consideration, believe it or not. She's gonna leave it behind, though. She could have had 9 lives of 1 heart apiece, but do you really want to? Especially without having any other guppy items at this point going into Caves 2? I don't know. With the health she had, it's a consideration, but I don't know. You gotta be like lickety-split with Shoop to Whip though, but yes, you can. And I've only seen it do like 1 extra tick if I'm not mistaken, so it doesn't just keep going like the other glitch does with Brim Snap, but it's, you know, you get 1 extra out of it. It's better than nothing. What's up, Tufts? Doing good tonight. How about yourself? Alright, plenty of money, although, as always, it's Caves 2. You know what you're going to find in here. It's almost always greed. At least in the races it tends to be. So ArrTeaSea going to get a free Steam sale out of this. Any other store will have half-off items from here on out. No, you get a heart out of the item box. And 1 speed down for 1 soul heart's definitely not worth the trade. Alright, bombs are key. Gonna flip out the amount of bombs and keys that ArrTeaSea's got. So now 5 keys, 3 bombs for her. There's Eddie's item room showing up. Ooh. Well, forget Isaac's head. About more damage to your tears on ArrTeaSea's side with Curved Horn. Wow, to this build. Like, talk about your damage. Also doesn't even need to use a bomb to blow this up. Gets almost all of her money back, and it'll keep moving on along. Eddie gonna grab Little Steven, so adding to that follower brigade, we now have homing tiers coming out. Those purple ones are Little Steve. Yeah, so I heard you like damage. So we put some damage in your damage, so you can damage while you damage. Alright, finally into a library on Eddie's side. So 2 books, we got Book of Shadows, and this one going to be Book of Revelations. We'll spawn 1 blue soul heart for him. And that pretty well force-spawned a horseman fight on one of the 2 cave floors here. He's already fought 1, so unless you get very unlucky, you're probably not getting a second. Either way, though, Book of Shadows now 12 seconds of invincibility for Eddie whenever he uses it. ArrTeaSea finding both boss fight and item room here, so we'll call slight advantage to her side until Eddie finds that boss room. Wow, how about more money? A quarter in the item room. Gee, thanks. 25 more cents for ArrTeaSea. She'll also grab that soul heart in the middle. And she'll be on into her boss fight, which Eddie just came across himself, so we're pretty dead even here still. And though that damage differential, ArrTeaSea's tiers just slightly more damage output. So 2 bosses, 2 different rewards out of this. Eddie's going to wind up with Little Chad as he's fighting Chad. Every 4, or is it 4? Every couple of rooms that you kill off, you get half a red heart spawned. ArrTeaSea just done with Chubb, going to wind up with a little bit more health up herself, and she'll be the first on down to depths. So Eddie not far behind. There's that little Chubb we were talking about. Get himself a little health up in the case of that soul heart, moving on down. So that follower brigade continues. And he'll be the first to have his load. ArrTeaSea once again getting a Curse of Labyrinth XL floor for her depths. So depths XL, 2 of them to 2 floors combined together into 1. 2 back-to-back boss fights, 2 item rooms somewhere around. But again, I don't think ArrTeaSea is going to care about the item rooms. If she sees those boss fights, I don't think we're going to see her do anything but kill those and move on. I'm pretty positive she's happy with this build at the moment. It's all about the finding the boss fights, as Eddie's found his Depths 1 item room. So he'll have his boss fight left to find here yet. Ooh, that dodging by ArrTeaSea, nicely done. Wow, did she just barely escape that mask. Ooh, got cheap shotted by it there, though. That made up for it. This is why I hate the mask. Those things will turn on a dime and like, oh, when you think they're going to go this way, this time we're not. Anyways, we got Liberty Cap already. You notice it's changing in size from time to time. You get a random mushroom effect every room. One of those random effects is also the compass. Weird as that may be. So you may get a free compass effect out of this. And yes, you're allowed to walk between rooms trying to get that to proc if you want to, because you're going to waste a lot of time doing it most times. Taking that information's completely wrong, by the way. You guys want to see exactly what it does? That's your way to see it. That myth-busting episode of Isaac right there will show you exactly what it does. Alright, so battery, we are 9 volt, I should say, for ArrTeaSea, so we got quicker charge on her space use item, that sheep to whoop. Still probably just wanting to find her boss fights. Eddie through his, finding his, through 2, I should say, his Depths 1 item room. So again, just looking for his boss fight now at this point. ArrTeaSea, like I said, just looking for these. We'll see about this decision, but I don't think she's going to care about her item rooms. This will probably be 2 back-to-back boss fights right now. Ooh, accidentally using up that other key, even though she didn't mean to. We're definitely going to see the first. It's all a matter of... Oh, God, the bloat. With that room set up, too. Gee, thanks, game. By the way, those rocks don't block the brimstone, so you still have to be careful. This setup in this room is just horrendous. Thankfully, ArrTeaSea's got good damage. Again, the trick with the bloat, normally, not necessarily in this room, but normally, is you want it down on the bottom of the screen. You get up at the top of the screen, and it can't double brimstone at you. But again, with that, with those rocks in the middle, you're playing a little bit of a different game in this case. This is one of the trollier setups. I may actually take a bomb to both of those sides and just open them up so that I had more room to run and actually do these curve shots. Alright, technically both in the same room right now as Eddie's fighting his Steps 1 boss fight. So Monstro 2 just about done. He's getting this in the pattern, even though not doing it quite the same as we normally do. You still watch. 1-2 on the head, I'll Brimstone in between the 2 and the Brimstone shot. Walk just a little bit out of line. As soon as the Brimstone's gone, walk right back in front of him. You keep him in that never-ending pattern like Eddie just did. Come on, Bloat, get somewhere where ArrTeaSea wants you to be standing and stop putting blood so she can't dodge on top of you. That's being trolly. This game, man. This game. Doing a very nice job of those angled shots on ArrTeaSea side. This is where basically most of our racers don't want shot speed increase for. Depends on your build. If you've got something like, you know, Polyphemus, yeah, you want a little bit. If you got Sacred Heart, you definitely want the shot speed. But if you're trying to angle shots like this with shot speed increase and you're not used to it, you're gonna miss every time. So a little bit more health. ArrTeaSea gonna think about this for about all of 5 seconds and move right on in. So Mom's Foot it is. We're skipping the 2 item rooms on the depths as she knows Eddie is making up some good time here. And he's just looking for his Mom's Foot fight in one last item room himself now on depths 2. So you notice right there, by the way, guys, that one of the Gluttony mobs just quote-unquote brim snapped? It's because it took damage at the right time. That's exactly what I was trying to prove for the last few weeks. There's a... Wow, speaking of that boss fight, hello. Mom's Foot on Eddie's side also. Uh-oh. We're a lot closer than it looked like it was. So let's see, Liberty Cap, well worth it over that Ace of Spades, and yep, moving right on into his Mom's Foot fight. So we're side by side at the moment here. ArrTeaSea with a huge damage advantage on her blue mom, though. No, they still can't. We answer that every single week for you, Sam. They still can't. Nor will they ever be able to. But yeah, it's not actually glitching. All it is a graphical thing, basically, where it just shows them shooting off in a different direction. They're not actually, like, straight up, like, cheating that, if you will, as the enemies. It's basically just a graphical thing that shows it going in a different direction, even though it's not. So it's the same thing. If you get hit at just, and I mean just the right frame, and it's happened quite a bit recently too, but if you get hit at the right frame as you're firing Brimstone, it looks like you're shooting in like 4 different directions, even though you're really only shooting in 1. It's basically just a graphical glitch, and you can tell, but it's all about seeing that damage be done. So it's all about, like, basically, notice how when ArrTeaSea got hit there, that she had that, I don't want to call it invincibility frame, but you're flashing, so you don't take damage during that, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, watch next time somebody gets hit. And it's really hard to be like, oh, right there, because by the time I say it, it's gone already. But if you notice, when somebody gets hit, you get that second or 2 where you flash. Basically, right in there, if while you were firing before that, that flash is what glitches it out for whatever stupid reason. So, like I said, it's stupid, it doesn't do anything, it's just graphical, but even the enemies do it. So that's where, like, you can kind of tell that, like, okay, that wasn't an intentional one. You'll notice on health bars, especially if there's an enemy like a mini-boss like Eddie has in the room, you'll be able to tell if there's an actual glitch going on. You'll see the damage, like, exponentially move. So you'll really be able to see the difference. And it's not night and day, but it's pretty obvious. If they're not taking damage, you know what the case is. But if they are taking damage, then it's a little closer to night and day difference. It's not blatantly obvious, but you can tell. Ouch, so how about Ultra Pride? See, and there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about right there on ArrTeaSea side. Notice how it looked like Shoop to Whoop just did that glitch as well. It actually didn't. It's because she got that puke, that green stuff on the ground from Ultra Pride here and was standing in it. Got damaged right as she fired that. So yes, it looks like Shoop the Whoop just did the exact same glitch, and no, it didn't. But yes, same exact thing right there. That's what I was talking about. And the oh-so-fun part, it always glitches out and says that you unlock the left hand on this. I love this save file for doing this. And no, that is not an unlock, by the way. It's done that to like 4 of our racers this year. But I swear to God, it doesn't realize, for whatever stupid reason, when you switch a save file over like this, that you have everything unlocked. So the first time you go through and kill some stuff like that, like Ultra Pride, you still get it to show that you go, oh, you got the left hand unlocked. Oh my God. It's stupid. You actually already have it. That's happened to me about 6 times on this save file. Which, again, I've picked it up and still seen that unlock after I beat Ultra Pride. So, there's your proof. It's been really stupid. Because it was kind of funny. Like, that first time it glitched for me, I was already holding on to the left hand. It's like, you just unlocked the left hand. Like, really? So now I have 2 of them. Alright. That's the thing. It's kind of like having 2 left feet, only much less valuable somehow. Ooh, and Eddie the first to find his boss fight here in the Womb 1. ArrTeaSea looking for some sort of heal out of this. Maybe a few more bombs, if nothing else. Again, she was trying to bomb out the room. Every single red rock in the Womb, up to 1 in the room, can be an item rock, so you never know. I do what I can, Flutter. Do what I can. What are they, blue now? Ooh, how about Conquest? Not a bro. So Eddie gonna use that 12 seconds of invincibility with his Book of Shadows. Wait for him to show back up on screen. All sorts of nastiness in this fight for Eddie. Ooh, and just missed with the bomb timing. Ouch. So again, all those... Wow. Oh, that was cheap. He didn't even move, and that didn't hit him till the last second. What? So Eddie got cheaped there by one of the beams of light, down to 2 hearts on his side. Again, we call this Sketchville. Especially in this fight. Yeah, now he's down to 1. This is why we say Conquest is not a bro. Those random beams of light, man. Like, Eddie wasn't even... how that hit him, I'm kind of mystified by, but whatever. Ooh, boy, a bombs are key that switched out 4 bombs and 4 keys for each other. That seems legit. So that didn't help Eddie enough. Oh, those lights. Okay, good. The lights scare me. That's the biggest fear at this point of this fight for Eddie, is those beams of light. Everything else is manageable. Those beams of light are just random and will troll you. Okay, that was almost nasty, too. Hey, Eve's bird. Out of the wall, bro. Eve's bird is chasing one of them in the wall, if you guys didn't notice that. So Eddie's getting double screwed in this fight now. Can we have the bird back, please? I want my birdie back, birdie back, birdie back. Oh, God. Okay, that was a little too close. That bomb got moved on Eddie. Here comes the scary part again. All right, we're safe for now. What side's it going to come out? There we go. Ooh, and Eddie down. So Conquest, as always, not being a bro, like we said. So all the way back to the beginning there. And there's ArrTeaSea's boss fight finally here in the Womb. Had to full clear the entirety of the thing to come across it, but finally looking at it with her 2 hearts. Again, Strength card did add 1 onto that. There we go. Finally opening up the middle. Thank you, enemy. Second bomb, don't be Conquest. Well, it's not Conquest. It's the... thankfully. It's the Headless Horseman, which means we got a nice little glitch out here on ArrTeaSea's side. So that should have been Conquest, but oops, it's the Headless Horseman instead. Thank you, game. So again, there was that strength card usage. Make sure that ArrTeaSea is a little bit on the safe side. That actually still counts as a second heart, so she won't keep the container, but she'll keep that heal if she goes on with this. And And one more ought to do it. There we go. So now, let's see. Shoop to whoop or flying? That movement speed. Yep, she'll take the plus movement speed flying and the charge ability on the pony. Move on down to her second floor. So now ArrTeaSea with flying as well added on. Again, like I said, you keep that heal, so at 2.5 of her 4 hearts right now filled up. Alright, nice full heal here for ArrTeaSea. She might hang on to that for a second. Yeah, the bad trip pill, so she knows what her full health pills look like now. Also at 39 cents, may think about gambling here in that arcade, and I think she is going to clear this room out for just that. Although this is a hell of a room to have to deal with. But again, to get to that arcade, that may well be worth it. Curse room, probably out of the question. That's 2 hearts of damage. That's... Ooh, and that purple slot machine. She doesn't need any trinket out of it, but you may get some soul hearts here. There's that full heal as well. Come on, soul hearts. She doesn't need to worry about the trinket, like I said, because I'd keep that curved horn for the plus damage. Might as well take Scatoli for 1 penny, though, so now all flies in the game are going to be ArrTeaSea's friend. That's going to be good enough to be moving on. Wow, them devil deals. Nail and Bloody Rage. Damn. Again, if it weren't so early, I consider that nail, but... that's, I don't know, that's a tough one, so I'm going to reset that, see if we can't get a good item room to start with. I've seen everything, there we go. So the X-ray vision glasses will actually save you a lot of time with your secret rooms. Ooh, going to reset that too, though. Nope, thought about it for a second. Nope, going to keep these. So again, this can actually save you a ton of time on your run. We do what we call moon strats. You notice you get automatic way into all your secret and super secret rooms on Eddie's side. We call this moon strats. Basically, like, let's say that you're in ArrTeaSea's floor. If she were to go through her secret room, wherever the heck that might be, chances are it's going to be somewhere near her boss fight. So it's probably going to take you along that path to your boss fight if you can figure out exactly what way to bomb out. So it's going to be somewhere near is the entire theory. Now with those X-ray vision glasses, you can actually walk into any other room from your secret and super secret rooms. So you can find yourself a lot of different things on your map. You can just walk up and like, oh, there's my item room, walk back out, go into another side, and oh, there's my store. You can get all sorts of cool stuff out of it, so that's a really, really good racing item right there. I think that's really underrated, honestly. There's that secret room, and this is a thing you normally can't do, is walk from a secret room into a boss fight like this. Again, you can't bomb into a mini-boss or a boss room from your secret rooms normally. But again, notice in that case, it opens up a way that you normally wouldn't have thanks to those X-ray vision glasses. So like I said, had that been a different layout, that could have saved Eddie a lot of time. Let alone you get a bunch of free stuff out of there. You save bombs in the getting in and out of them. Like, it's beautiful. You get so much out of these. Speaking of getting stuff out of these, hello Emperor card. Mind you, might as well. That, I don't think you could have turned out much better there. So you get the full map reveal anyways for ArrTeaSea with the crystal ball. Also gave her an Emperor card, which teleports you directly into that boss fight, which she was looking for. So one last room possibly for ArrTeaSea to take out, 3.5 hearts, because I can do math good, for ArrTeaSea. And she's looking to take out Mom's heart here. So Cat of Nine Tails is actually shot speed increase, so your shots travel faster on screen for Eddie. Notice the movement of those by comparison to ArrTeaSea's. She doesn't have quite the shot speed increase that he does. Yeah, math too overpowered. Nerf, please. I think teachers like math because it makes their students cry, from what I can tell. Hey, Wolfgang, how you doing? And keep in mind, you can hang tight right after this one. We got another immediate matchup going to happen here as soon as this one's over. Because we're about 50 minutes behind on starting it. So we're going to have an immediate follow-up match here that basically after the ads, I just have to get everything all set up. And then we'll have another match almost like dead set afterwards. So definitely hang tight. We'll have a lot more coming here. All right, halfway mark on Mom's Heart. Again, Eddie's still working on a second floor world card for him as well. So he'll be able to see his entire map whenever he wants to use that. A little bit too early to pop that card, though. With no bombs left, ArrTeaSea gonna have to deal with those knights. Actually, she can let Mom deal with them. Thank you very much, Mom. Speaking of thank you, Mom, how about Mom's contacts for Eddie? So that would have added, or does, I should say. It's not like it's over yet. It's close, but it ain't yet. Either way, last bit of health for ArrTeaSea, so that's why I was kind of like cutting it a little shy there. But you get a freeze effect with Mom's contacts for Eddie, so anything you hit, you notice it turn gray from time to time. That's actually that freeze effect. They can't move for the duration. It is handy. That is a beautiful, beautiful item. One of my favorites, by far. But on that note, one of my other favorites, Polyphemus, has been doing this the whole run for ArrTeaSea. One last shot there. Everything else clears, and we have ourselves our 2-1 victor, Miss ArrTeaSea. So very nicely done there, ArrTeaSea. And again, those builds twice tonight with Polyphemus. Can you say no to that? I mean, can you say no to double Polyphemuses? Yummy. Thank you. So very, very nicely done on all three of the races by both of our racers here tonight. Eddie got some bad luck at the end, let alone that one other shot that I'm really not sure how the hell it hit him after Peep was dead. But lo and behold. So like I was saying, very nicely done. 2-1 victory for Miss ArrTeaSea. Very, very nicely done. Everybody give her a round of